and welcome to Titanium Talar's Tarot, and today I will be doing a reading for Virgo, okay? So this is for any placement of Virgo you have in your chart. If you do, great. If you don't, great as well. You probably have a message in here for you, so keep an ear out. And if you are a crosswatcher, I welcome you with open arms because heaven knows I was a crosswatcher for many a video myself, so I get you and I got you. Now I will mention the decks I use as I use them. I will also mention when it is beneficial for you to utilize your intuition and not just rely on mine, right? So that you can get a better reading for yourself. Now, and with that being said, my gorgeous Virgos, gorgeous and fellow Virgos, let's get into your cards. Well, our cards. I have like one placement of Virgo in my chart. Yeah. So, please, angels and guides. That was the Nine of Summer that wanted to pop out, which would be the Nine of Cups. Please, angels and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for my Virgos, please come forward and share what they should expect for the coming week. Please, angels and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for my Virgos, please come forward and share what they should expect for the coming week. Please, angels and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for my Virgos, please come forward and share what they should expect for the coming week. Please, angels and guides. And you have the Awakening, Hanged Man, with the Star at the bottom of the deck. What? Awesome. Very cool. Right. So that was the Radleigh Valentine's Fairy Tarot deck. Well, that was Radleigh Valentine's Fairy Tarot deck. Now I'm going to use Brian Froud's Fairy Oracle to clarify. So please, angels and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for my Virgos, please come forward and share what they should expect for the coming week. Please, angels and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for my Virgos, please come forward and share what they should expect for the coming week. Please, angels and guides, anyone for the highest good. And you got honesty, honesty, honesty. And you have Los Cunas, as well as the Friends. And the Bright Mother. Yeah. Now. Oi. The Glencaner was like, I want to be part of this too. I'm like, okay. And the Glencaner, and now I know why. And the Guardian at the Gate. And the Loum. And yeah, I'm gonna stop it right there. Too many cards. Her. Look at her. That's funny. That was that was from a part of Trevor Noah's one of his presentations. I think it was the last one or the previous to last one. Yep. So please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good who has a message for my Virgos, please come forward and share what they should expect for the coming week. Please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good who has a message for my Virgos, please come forward and share. Well, before I do that, I have to read the cards first. Yeah, I forgot that. Alright. So. Okay. One moment, please. Okay. So. The Awakening card. The Awakening card would be the Hanged Man in this deck. Now, notice how this man is, number one, upside down. Number 2, his head is lit up, which could indicate his third eye or his crown chakra are lit up, right? Like a Christmas tree. So the card says, change the way you're looking at the situation, embrace your uniqueness, and temporary pause in action. Yeah. Just taking a moment to view the circumstance you find yourself in. Then you have the Star. Now the Star card talks of look to the future with hope and optimism, the power of faith to move mountains, happy changes that bring relief from challenging times. Yeah. Now the card's clarifying that our honesty, I guess, in regards to that thing that you're looking at from a different perspective, the Awakening card, you need to be honest with yourself in regards to what it is that you're seeing differently now and what that different vision brought to you, my friend. Then you have Los Gunas. Now Los Gunas, alright, talks of discovery of self, adventure, and self-discovery, or discovery of self. Sunken treasure. Discovery of self. Yeah. 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 Discovery of self. And this is saying that while you were awakening, okay, and while you were being honest with yourself about what it is that you're awakening to, you discovered parts of you that you didn't even know existed yet. It was a surprise that you were kind of shocked to see, but that you were happy to realize. Then you have friendship aid support. Well, then you have the Friends, which talks of friendship aid support. So if you feel a little like you're not certain what you need to do in regards to the next move, because you don't know what you should be doing or whatnot, the next move should be that you should go to your friends for assistance and support. Find your niche, your group, your peeps, because they will nurture you. They will look after you, right? Because the Bright Mother, this is the Bright Mother, by the way. The Bright Mother talks of creativity, intimacy, sheltering, productivity, and intimacy, as well as nurturing. I might have repeated a word at least twice. In any case, next you have the Glankener. Now the Glankener, alright, talks of illusions, lust, and projection, as well as clear sight. You clearly see what you're going towards. And you clearly see what is waiting for you on the other side of this wish, right? The wish with the star card that you got as tarot from the Radleigh Valentine Fairy Tarot deck. Then you have Guardian at the Gate. Okay, so possibly, or maybe around that point, alright, there might be you might feel a little, how should I say this? A little out of sorts. You might feel like your mind is being drawn elsewhere. And that is what will allow you, and that ability to come back from being drawn away from your main focus is what is going to allow you to go through this gate, right? Because the guardian at the gate talks of passage to new life, openings, and gatekeepings, which is amazing. Yeah. Yes. Things are moving forward. And the reason why they're moving forward is because you found that thing that you unconditionally love, give to, and to receive from. It's that thing that you can spend all of eternity doing, is what I got. Oh, look, the chariot. Isn't that nice? That's Cancer energy, by the way. So please, angels and guides, anyone for the highest good, who has a message for my the world, for my Virgos, please come forward and share what they should expect for the coming week. Please, angels and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for my Virgos, please come forward and share what they should expect for the coming week. Please, angels and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for my Virgos. And you have 9 of Spring. Protect the fruits of your labor. Prepare for possible challenges that lie ahead. Environmental conservation. So you feel like you're being, how should I call this? You feel like you're being, there's an offensive coming at you from every single angle, and you're like, I need to protect myself. And where I am saying, the image that I just got was that of like a fort, or like a a fort that has tall walls. Oh man, oh my goodness, they surround a castle. They're like pillars or like fences or something like that, but they're like wide so that you can like walk on them. I cannot remember the name. Yeah. So you're heavily protecting yourself because I feel like you are, with the enlightenment that came with the awakening, as well as the hope that you have with the star, you want to protect that from the outside world. And so that is what you are fearlessly protecting. Yes. Now, to clarify, so please, angels and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for my Virgos, please come forward and share what they should expect for the coming week. Please, angels and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for my Virgos. By the way, alright, if you're worried about variants of COVID-19, can I just say one thing? Every single season we have like variants of the cold or the flu. Why aren't we getting vaccinated for well, I mean, some people do get vaccinated for all those things, but others don't. So just think, why worry is my question. But I am not the right person to talk to you guys about this because I have a skewed view of things. See, it happens. So don't mind me. I'm just voicing an opinion of mine. So okay. So you got here the fairy sword in the reverse, clarifying the 9 of Spring. Okay, as well as the collective of pixies and Arval Parrot. and the Bodacious Bodak. Yep. Okay, so the fairy sword in the reverse would be archetypal energy is blocked. So I feel like with the Nine of Spring, you feel like you need to be offensive. No, you need to be defensive. That's the word. But you're not really thinking about how to protect the surroundings. You're just thinking of how to push the enemy farther away from where you currently are, instead of actually thinking of ways to protect or ways to avoid them coming into your vicinity, is what I'm getting. Then you have a collective of pixies. Now, a collective of pixies, alright, talks of duty, willingness, joyful participation, and virtue. So, you are... How should I say this? You are... Well, in your mind, this is... You're doing this because of duty. You're doing because you're willing to protect your environment from external, like, attackers. And you joyfully do it. My attention to this. I mean, her face screams out worry. But this does not scream out worry to me. Within your worry, you're trying to have fun in order to attract great things to yourself, is what I'm getting. Which is one step closer to actually manifest what you want. Another step would be for you to voice that aloud. Voice it. Speak it aloud. Have your higher self know what it is you want to manifest. Something I should be doing, by the way. And so on and so forth. Because Arval Parrot talks of communication. Alright, next you have the Bodacious Bodak. Now the Bodacious Bodak talks of order. So, I feel like in order to get yourself in the right frame of mind, instead of feeling like you need to protect yourself all the time, there is a certain order of things that you must be telling yourself, like certain affirmations in specific order that you must be telling yourself in order to achieve the wanted, desired goal, is what I'm getting. Alright? Now, let's go back to the Radleigh Valentine Fairy Tarot deck. Actually, wait a minute. Give myself some room. So please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good who has a message for my Virgos, please come forward and share what they should expect for the coming week. Oh, well, looky at that. You got the 10 of Pentacles pointing towards the right. Cards pointing towards the right to me mean that they're happening quickly or they happen in the future. How deep a future, I have no idea. But if you continue doing what you've been doing up to this point, it's definitely going to come to pass. Yay! Awesome! Very cool. Very, very cool. Right? Mm-hmm. Okay, so, well, kind of, with the Ego card at the bottom of the deck. Now, the Ego card is the Devil card in this deck, which means that this is talking about obsession, This is talking about obsession. Yeah. But with the 10 being pointing towards the right, this means that, well, at the bottom of the card it says, take steps to ensure the financial security of yourself or other loved ones, making wise investments or planning for retirement, honoring family traditions. Yay! Yes. Then you have the ego card. Now the ego card is the illusion of being trapped in your family dynamic, placing too much importance on material items. That is exactly what the holiday season is all about. Holiday season is all about, isn't it? So getting caught up in fear and worry. I don't know. Maybe your family is too close. They're overbearing, and it's becoming impossible to deal with it. And maybe that is causing. Maybe they're kind of toxic. Yeah, maybe. And so that toxicity is bringing fear and worry into your thoughts, because if you're going back home for the holidays and you hear them constantly talking of that same, their viewpoint, and their viewpoint tense is less favorable, then yes, this is going to happen. That is why it is of utmost importance that you cut it off, that you divert their attention somewhere else, and that you change the subject a little. Not to, like, at least try it once or twice. If it works, awesome. If not, well, you gotta change your tactic, right? Because sometimes it ain't that easy. Trying, especially if you have if you're dealing with older generations, and if that said older generation has the one-track mind, type of thing, and they're a little closed off to change. So please, angels and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for my Virgos, please come forward and share what they should expect for the coming week. Please, angels and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for my Virgos, please come forward and share what they should expect for the coming week. Please, angels and guides. And you got Nellis the Alchemist, yeah, as well as List of the Shadows and Unity, I like, as well as Iris of the Rainbow. And Ilby the Retriever, yeah, as well as Sylvanus, yeah, and Lattice Moon's Daughter, and the Oakman, as well as himself, and the Maiden. Why is Indiana Jones coming to mind? I don't know. No. Alright, so like I said, you're obsessed with creating the Ten of Bottom in your reality. You're obsessed, or if it's not that, you feel stuck. Well, first thing I said is that you feel stuck with your family. You feel like they're overbearing and you just can't handle it no more, right? Or you're feeling trapped, or objects or material things are kind of like not really doing it for you, or you're going down that route. Yeah. Now, first card is Nellis the Alchemist. Now, Nellis, alright, talks of inner transformation, irrevocable change. Yeah. So, when I say irrevocable, it means there's no turning back from this change. It's final. It's done. There's no question about its validity. Alright? Its validity and its want, and your want for it. Then you have List of the Shadows. Now, List of the Shadows, alright, talks of healing the shadows, addictions, bondage, and self-esteem. Yep. I feel like that addiction that you had with the ego card, alright, is what that material addiction or that obsession that you've got is what is leading you to Lys, to need Lys's energy, right? And that's when you'll unify with the concept of List of the Shadows and try to heal yourself, try to heal your shadow self and work on that. And let me tell you, it ain't easy, but totally worth it. Next, you have Iris of the Rainbow, and as I said, totally worth it because Iris talks of hope and promise for the future. So whatever it is that you're working towards, it's definitely panning out. It's just going to take a little bit of time before it does so. And it's just, you know, trusting in the process. Then you have Ilby the Retriever. Now, Ilby, alright, talks of office of unclaimed properties, hopes, wishes, and loyalties. What are you loyal to? What is it that you want to create in your reality? What is it that you are working towards non-stop? That's what I'm picking up on. Then you have Sylvanus. Now, Sylvanus, alright, talks of truth, cutting through deception, and clarity. It's getting to the heart of the matter and deciding from there what your next step is. What is your next move, right? Then you have Lattice, Moon's Daughter. Now, Lattice, alright, talks of light cast and shadow, spiritual guidance, illumination, and riddles. So whatever you're doing, okay, is allowing you to what's the word? Spiritual. Is allowing you to resolve a riddle, if I can say that. Yeah. Then you have the Oakman. Now, the Oakman, alright, talks of strength, ancient wisdom, and depth. So, I feel like that thing that you are trying to heal with Lattice, Moon's Daughter, alright, is definitely, well, the act of healing, alright, is definitely an ancient wisdom. It's something that not a lot of people are aware of, but it's totally, it's very beneficial. Okay? Then you have Himself. Now, Himself talks of talks of natural law, shamanic powers, life force, and magic. So it's that ancient wisdom part. It's coming up, is what is coming up here for me. It's what I feel you should be mindful of. Yeah. And with that, you have the Maiden next. Now the maiden talks of auspicious beginning, birth, hope, growth, and joy, right? So this is basically saying that once you utilize this ancient wisdom, once you understand it to be you being more in alignment with nature and nature's law, all right, you'll be totally able to start a new project or a new how should I say this, a new cycle is what I'm getting. Now for the last set, all right, please, angels and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for my Virgos, please come forward and share what they should expect for the coming week. Please, angels and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for my Virgos, please come forward and share what they should expect for the coming week. Please, angels and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for my Virgos, please come forward and share. And you got balance, which is temperance in this deck. Sagittarian energy, awesome. You have 2, 3, 4 majors. This is some pretty see balance. Well, now you have 6. So at the bottom of the deck there was balance. So I pulled balance. Then at the bottom of the deck you have release as well as the magician. So what I am getting here okay, is that your objective is to find balance. Like I said, Sagittarian energy is merging. See, this card says, take everyone's input into consideration, merge viewpoints to create a better solution. Take your time. There's no need to rush. Saggy. Then you have release. Now, the release card talks of let go of the past, an ending that makes way for new opportunities. Time to move on. Yeah. Time to move on. So maybe you do merge viewpoints, and at some point you're like, wait a minute, nah, I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna make it better somewhere else, or I'm not going to work on this right now because I feel like my time would be better spent there, or something along those lines. Then you have the magician. And the magician talks of you can do anything. Take charge of your life. You can manifest what you need to be a success. Interesting. Notice that balance is number 14, then you have 13, and then you have 1. So it's like a decrease. So you're regressing, but you're regressing, right? But to a much more magical version of yourself. Your childlike self. Whoa, that's major, Virgos. That's cool. Right, so basically the magician can manifest whatever he wants at the click of his fingers. It's like a child. A child generally can manifest whatever they want, because they are not yet affected by their parents' way of being, right? And so at last my love has come along. My lonely days are over. Life is like a song. At last the skies above are blue. My heart's wrapped up in clover. Something. Ella Fitzgerald. I love that song. Who can ask for anything more? Who can ask for anything more? Okay, well, I just felt a slight... My head was slightly woozy there for a bit. So... Woozy, I mean... Lightheaded. I felt lightheaded for a moment there. So please, angels and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for my Virgos, please come forward and share why all these cards are here for the 4th set. Please, angels and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for my Virgos, please come forward and share what they should expect for the coming week. Please, angels and guides, anyone for the highest good. And you have the poke. Haha. Then you have the feline. Solace. And oh, that gnome. That will lead to the fairy who was kissed by the pixies. Yay. Yeah. As well as the fairy guide. And Lady of the Harvest. As well as Singer of Transfiguration. That is a very good ending to this reading. So. Okay. So you're balancing viewpoints and you're letting go of what no longer works for you. And the reason for that is because you are now able to change your shape, to see the good and the bad and the bad and the good, to see the paradox in any situation as well as resolve it. Okay? Then you have the feline. So as you resolve issues, you are very, very attentive to get everything just right. You're like a perfectionist. You want everything on point with the feline, which talks of getting it right, delayed completions, tidying up loose ends. And then you have solace. Now solace, alright, talks of spiritual empowerment, knowledge, consciousness, and synthesis. So all this information you've gathered up until this point, alright, you are putting it all together and you are then getting the best out of it. Yes it is. Then you have Oh That Gnome. Now Oh That Gnome, alright, talks of breaking of patterns and habits. It also talks of trickster, creative chaos, wild gifts, breaking of habits and patterns. Something's gotta give. With the release, the Oh That Gnome is related to the release card, right? But once you do release, you'll be able to tap into love given is love received, the metaphorical open heart surgery with the fairy who's kissed by the pixies, over the moon with joy. Even the bear at the top of the card is over the moon with joy. Everyone is over the moon with joy on this card. All of them. Even the one who's not really smiling all that much is giving a little smirk, like he is like, really? It's this guy right here. Is this the right move? I don't know. He seems excessively pensive. Then you have the fairy guide, which basically is saying utilize your intuition to figure out what it is specifically that you are moving towards that is going to be a wish fulfillment for you. Okay? Yes. So I can't say what this is going to be for every single one of you. All I know is it's going to be a wish fulfillment. Okay? Then you have the Lady of the Harvest. Now, the Lady of the Harvest talks of completion, release, harvest. Okay? So you're letting something go in order for you to move to something better. In order for you to pick up what you want, or to in order for you to, to cultivate your bounty, you need to let go of something from the past. You need to complete a cycle, which is your fruits have now grown, and so now you're collecting the bounty, you're harvesting, and that's when you are liberated for the rest of winter and autumn to enjoy yourself, or at least do less work, right? Because what type of work can you do outside in the middle of winter but shovel snow? The rest of the time you can play winter sports, you can, build snowmen, play in the snow, but you won't necessarily do any work outside other than if you're in construction. Right? And the fact that you have all this time to spend on yourself and your improvement, okay, which you always have that, but for some reason during the winter time it is better to do that because the outside is not so permitting for you to do anything other than personal growth. I mean, exercise. You can go play in the snow, you can go racketing or stuff like that, skiing, sledging, is that even the thing? Sledding, sledge sounds like sludge, but then there's the sled, that's what I mean, tobogganing, what have you, right? So that constant work, basically all that to say, that constant work on yourself will allow you to be reborn out of the ashes of what happened during the summer and autumn to beautiful phoenix, because you have worked on yourself during those down times, and so on and so forth. So, my gorgeous and fellow Virgos, that is all that I have for you guys this week. If you like this, and if you'd like me to go deeper into your specific situation, please contact me at the email in the box below, and it'll be my pleasure to assist. In that same box, you'll find a little description of this video and my price. Now, like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and click on that notification bell to be notified when I post new stuff, as well as leaving me a comment, because I adore comments. I read them all. I might not answer all of them, but I absolutely read them all. And with that being said, my gorgeous and fellow Virgos, I wish you guys all a very good week, and I'll see you next time, okay? Bye!